Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to find one of the new horse breeds that's currently for Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC only as an update to story mode, but again, in the future, will likely be included on the consoles for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, like we talked about in yesterday's video. In fact, even some of the new horse breeds that are wild can be found, like the Buttermilk Buckskin Kentucky Saddler, the Liver Chestnut Morgan, and the Gold Palomino Tennessee Walker are already on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I think that's accidental, but regardless, it shows that Rockstar's intentions are to add them to the console. Well, today, we are going to be focusing on the Few Spot Appaloosa, which Rockstar describes as a beautiful and hardy horse ideal for cross-country journeys. Now, with this new story mode content, particularly the horses, Rockstar really didn't give us any insight on how to find them. So I just kind of did some investigating on my own. I pulled out the strategy guide, which I haven't done for a long time, and I looked at where the Appaloosa horses are found. And for the most part, there are 4 locations. There's one location in between Armadillo and Tumbleweed, but I really did not want to go to the middle of the desert. On the map, if you look for the A in New Austin, it's right above that. There's also a location north of Pronghorn Ranch, just above the W in West Elizabeth. There's another location that is near the Wapiti Indian Reservation. However, the closest one to me was right near Cattail Pond, and it's supposedly where a bunch of Appaloosa horses spawn. So I figured, okay, if I go to one of these spots, maybe I'll get lucky, and maybe one of these new Few Spot Appaloosa horses will end up spawning. Now, luckily, I knew what to look for because that was actually the horse that Rockstar revealed on this screenshot right here where Arthur is sort of riding in the swampy area. That's the Few Spot Appaloosa. So I knew that it was this like bright white horse, almost like a white Arabian, but it's got these tiny black speckles on it. Probably why it's called the Few Spot Appaloosa. So I knew what I was looking for here for the most part, and I started riding around in this area, and for the most part, I was finding horses, which is good, but I wasn't finding the horse that I was looking for. I wasn't finding the Appaloosa. I was only finding sort of like your standard, Tennessee Walkers and Morgans and Kentucky Saddlers. I wasn't finding any of the exclusive horses. However, what I started doing was basically just doing giant laps around this area, hoping that I could get more horses to spawn in. And I noticed in a herd of horses, there was this one bright white one. And I was like, okay, we might have found our Few Spot Appaloosa here. And sure enough, it was a horse that I had never studied before. And when I did study it, wouldn't you know, it is the Few Spotted Appaloosa. So there you go. That was our horse right there, and we needed to get him. Now, because this horse was a little bit rarer than something just like your standard Morgan or your farm horse, we actually had to lasso this horse and break it, which is something that, I didn't think I would have to do. I thought I was just going to be able to get on the horse and take off like I had done with the horse I'm currently riding right now. So that was not the case. I actually had to chase after this little guy. I had to lasso him, and I had to calm him down enough where I could mount him, and then I had to ultimately break him in. And it was pretty easy. Again, I'm sure you guys know by now how to do this. If not, you just simply do exactly what I did. Calm the horse, mount it, and then hold back on the thumbstick and calm the horse at the same time. And if you do this for about 4 or 5 seconds without falling off, you will successfully broken in the horse. And then, of course, you have to bond with it a little bit more in order for it to become one of your own horses. However, that was very exciting. Again, if you were curious about the exact location, it was right near Cattail Pond, like sort of to the right of Cattail Pond, west of Valentine. So what's cool about this horse is if you're just starting from the very beginning of the game, you should have the opportunity to get one of these brand new horses, and that is pretty cool. So once I was able to get this guy settled down, I wanted to end up bringing him back to Valentine. Now, you guys need to be very careful with this horse, unlike Red Dead Online, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have been playing recently. The horses in single player do not have insurance. Once they're dead, they're dead. So you do need to be careful, specifically without a saddle, because you won't be able to revive them if they do fall. So be extra careful getting them back to the closest stable, which for me was actually located in Valentine. So there we go. We've got the Appaloosa. Now, as far as the stats of the horse go, right now, since it's only level 1 bonded and I don't have any saddle upgrades or anything on there, its speed is 4 bars and its acceleration is 3. And it has a handling of standard. And just right out of the woods, if we were to sell it, it would only give us $5.60. But that's not what we're interested here. Again, I wanted to customize this horse as much as I could. So I gave her a nice upgraded saddle. We upgraded all the stirrups as well. We got an upgraded saddlebag on there too. There's a couple of things that I almost never do to horses that I kind of looked into, like updating the horns and the blankets and the bedrolls. Again, typically I just upgrade the saddle and the stirrups so that I can get, the extra benefits for the horse, like the stamina cooldown and stuff like that. But regardless, I ended up customizing this a little bit. I also looked into changing the mane and the tail, but for the most part, I really liked this horse. Like I said, it was kind of like the White Arabian, but with a pink nose, and also you've got the black spots on there, which is really, really cool. And I guess I had actually found a female version of this horse, so I ended up giving her a female name, and then I ended up giving her the horse care package. And you guys can see there, she is a workhorse, breed Appaloosa, coat few spotted, gender female. And overall, I really like this breed of horse. It actually has a lot of stamina. Like, that's the one thing I've noticed about it. I wouldn't say it is the fastest, the speediest, or the swiftest, but even at a level 1 bonding rank, it still had a ton of stamina, which is obviously something that is really good. Now, the one thing that is kind of difficult with this horse in particular, and other horses with sort of a white coat, they are very difficult to keep clean. Like, I feel like you're almost going to have to use the brush like every minute or two if you want to keep that shiny white coat. Because seriously, like after like a minute or two of walking, you guys can see there that they just start to get super dirty. And in my opinion, that takes away from really the beauty of the horse's coat. The fact that you've got this bright white shine, and then you've got sort of the few black spots on there. And I also tried to play around with photo mode a little bit too. And in photo mode, you can really see the beauty of these horses up close in detail. Rockstar really went out of their way to make these horses look as lifelike as possible. And this new horse, the Few Spot Appaloosa, is certainly a very beautiful horse as well. So is this going to be my main horse? I'm not sure. I think it's got a little bit more stamina and health than the Arabians. They're also certainly a little bit bigger. I know that's something a lot of people complain about with the Arabians, is that they seem so small. And they are on the tinier end as far as horses go. But I really like this one. I'd have to get it up to fully bonded before I could tell you if it's going to like replace any of my other current horses. I don't know if the answer is yes, it will. There's still a lot of other horses that I like the Turkmens and the Arabians that I have. So I think this one will be added to the horses that I end up taking out. I don't believe it is going to be my main one, though. But overall, I still really enjoy this horse. That is where you can find it in Red Dead Redemption 2, sort of the new single-player content that Rockstar has added. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Number 1, what do you think of this horse, the Few Spot Appaloosa? But also, number 2, I am still looking for the Warped Brindle Arabian. It is the only new horse that I have not found. Now, I haven't found the Perlino Andalusian or the Red Chestnut Arabian, but those have been available and online for a couple of months now, so I'm not really focused on those. So if you have a good idea on where to find the Warped Brindle Arabian, please let me know in the comments down below, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page. In fact, that's a good reminder. If you have any other secrets, mysteries, or cool ideas you want me to check out, drop me a line on my Facebook page. It's a link in the description. You can send photos, videos, and more. And I actually did try and look for the Warped Brindle Arabian on my own. I went to the only location in the game where Arabians can be found in the wild near Lake Isabella. That's where you find the white Arabian horse. And that was the only one there. Like, the Warped Brindle wasn't tagging along either. So I'm not sure if it's just in a random spot, because this Appaloosa was where the Appaloosas were, but this other Arabian wasn't where the other Arabian was. So I don't know. Again, you guys can let me know in the comments or on my Facebook page If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest Red Dead Redemption and GTA videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.